If you'd like to support the channel, check out the links on our homepage. We now have a Patreon account where you can support the channel and you'll get extra content and battle reports. We have a Ko-fi account where you can make one-off donations. You can check out our Instagram for all the channel going-ons, and our Goblin Gaming affiliate link, where they sell Games Workshop, all kinds of hobby, and of course Adeptus Titanicus at reduced rates. Anything you buy using the link, the channel gets a little back in return. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much and enjoy the show. Hello and welcome to another video. So as you can see, I'm not in the garage, I'm in my living room. The garage is empty. It's had the first fix of electrics, but there's so much other stuff going on around the house that it's a slow project. But what we did do is to celebrate, commiserate, either way, myself, Steve and Tony played a 16,000 point game of Epic 30k, just real casual, a few beers, pizza, and we had an 8x4 board. We had 8,000 points aside, and we thought it looked so cool that we did some short clips, took some photos, and we thought we would share it with you to obviously inspire people for Epic 30k and a bit of old hammer. And yeah, we just thought it was cool. So this is it. We're going to show you what we've done, how the game went, and yeah, hope you enjoy it. So as you appreciate, I've been very busy doing wall breaker stuff, really trying to get that done. So if I'm a bit quiet after this, you'll know why. I really want to get that painted up and ready for a battle report as well. So leave you with this. I'm going to talk about the game, I'm going to show you the armies, and we'll see you on the battlefield. Okay, so let's start with the Loyalists, and that is our roughly 8,000 points. We all brought models to make units, attachments for both sides, so we just sort of threw them all together and made roughly about 8k. It wasn't strict, it was all for fun. So starting with the Warlord, we have an Ignatum, made sense. Warlord, freshly painted from the Forge. We have a full mana pool as well for future battle reports, and that's roughly a K. Then underneath there you can see we've got Knights. We've got a unit, I think, of 4 Questoris and a unit of 3 Cerastus. They're all mixed weapon types and Knight types, and that was another K. So that's your first 2K. The Blood Angels, there is a Thunderhawk full of Assault Marines, some Javelin Speeders, 2 Spartans full of Legion Terminators, Attack Squad and Rhinos, and 4 Sicarans. Then with the Imperial Fists, we've got again 2 Spartans full of Legion Terminators. I think there's a Supreme Commander in there. Various units had various characters, but yeah, it's not important at this point. But the Supreme Commander, I do believe, is in that Imperial Fist Terminator squad. Then we've got 2 detachments again of Attack Marines. I think they've been bulked out a bit more. And then there's some Contemptors and 2 Fellblades. And then the last 2,000 points is Imperial Army. So being that this is 30k, the infantry there, you can see 2 detachments of Riding and Rhinos, 3 detachments of Lemonruss battle tanks, and then we've got a super heavy detachment. In the list building process, they're only supposed to have Baneblades, but we have a Shadow Sword in there, and we'll probably be using Shadow Swords in the Imperial Army anyway, because you can do what you like, can't you? So why not? We want them in there. They're just in the Solar Auxilia list, I think, but I don't see why you can't just move them over. It's your game, do what you like. So yeah, that's the Imperials. 8,000 points, that's 2,000 points of Imperial Army, 2,000 points Fist, 2,000 points of Blood Angels, and then 1,000 points of Knights, and 1,000 points of Warlord. Moving on to the Traitors. So as you can see, it looks fairly similar, and you know, that was for a reason. We thought we might have some mirror matches, but well, you'll see that didn't really happen. So again, we've got 1,000 points of Warlord, except obviously Legio Mortis. 1,000 points of Knights again, but we've got 2 banners of Questoris and 1 Acastus Porphyrion. Then the Iron Warriors, so there's no like Imperial Army, it's just Marines now, so we've got 3,000 points of Iron Warriors. There's a Thunderhawk, there is a detachment of Land Raiders, there is a Spartan which has Iron Havocs, there is 6 Basilisks, there is a detachment of Demolishers, there is a detachment of Rapiers, 3 Leviathans, 4 Contemptors, then we've got Attack Squad and Rhinos, and then we've got the Iron Warriors Terminators with the missiles on the top as well. Then we've got the final 3,000 points, that's my Sons of Horus. You've seen them before, and you know that they are Terminator and Spartan heavy. So there's a Fellblade at the top, then we've got the 3 Legion Spartans with Legion Terminators, I think then we've got 2 more Spartans with the Justarian, and I think Abaddon's in there as the Supreme Commander. And then we've got 6 Karens, and then 2 TAC detachments in Rhinos. So that is your 8,000 points, give or take, of the Traitors. And so here is our battlefield, and we played on an 8x4 big old board, filled it up with as much cool stuff as we could find, and we really liked it, and this is part of the reason why we wanted to share it with you. It's just how it all looked. So the Imperials deployed first in the left and right corners. We had the Imperial Fists on the left defending inside the city, of course, and then the Imperial Army were deployed out on the outpost. Now the Knights, I think, were in with the army, and the Ignatum Warlord in with the Fists. And the Blood Angels were coming in along that long top board edge in reserve. And then the Traitors fully deployed, the whole lot, in that large triangle along the bottom of your screen there. So the name of the game was to hold all 3 objectives you can see highlighted on the screen now. So the game was designed to be played over 3 turns, check victory conditions at the end of the 3rd, and then play a 4th if there was no winner. We only had time to play 3 turns, so 3 turns is all we played. And basically we had in the top left of your screen, there is the Void Shield relay centre there. That's been infiltrated by Alpha Legion or someone, and they've knocked it down, which means then the walls could be pounded by the Mortis Warlord. And you can see down on that wall there is a massive breach. Now obviously the gates have fallen, there are smaller breaches, but this is the biggest breach and the hardest problem that needs to be defended. So that's the secondary objective there. The Traitors want to hold it because they want to pour troops in. The Fists, they want to hold it because they need to brick it back up. Out on the top right there is that outpost way out from the walls. So a very strategic place to hold troops, run operations, and stage a defence or attack. So again, both sides wanted to take that objective. So there's the 3. At the end of the game, if one side or the other was not holding all 3 objectives, it would go down to victory points of units killed, and then whatever objectives you may or may not have held, they are worth 500 points each on top as well. So that's the game, and I hope you enjoy it. Here we are, welcome to the battlefield, and we have deployed 16,000 points, 8,000 points aside. Is that right, fellas? Say hi.
Yeah, a lot
hello.
of
2 thumbs is back, there he is.
Yeah. A lot of it's in reserve, isn't it?
Yeah, so as you would have seen in the intro, the Blood Angels in reserve. But in this corner, we've got 2,000 points of Imperial Fists and around 1,000 points of Ignatum Warlord. Goodness. And that objective, which is the Void Shield plant for this area of the city walls. And over here we have 2,000 points of Imperial Militia with 1,000 points of Knights, and they are under siege from roughly 1,000 points of Mortis Warlord and the Sons of Horus. And I've got some central ones here.
Yeah, they're ready to go. Spring either way.
And then we've got Iron Warriors and Knight Household, Maccabeus, going into the city. So the game is 3 turns, a little bit flexible because this is just for fun, but we're going to go with 3 to start with to hold these objectives: the breach, the void shield generator, and the outlying command post here, this outpost here, tactical point outside the walls. We can just about get the 8x4 table in. So Steve is actually playing the, even though I'm on this side for filming at the moment, Steve is actually going to play the Traitors. He's going to siege, and Tony and I are going to be the Loyalists. Tony's going to be the Fists. I'm going to be the Militia. We have 1,000 points of Blood Angels in reserve. They're going to be coming from another part of the city. And 2,000 points, yeah, we've got 1,000 points each. So that's, yeah, 2,000 points of Blood Angels coming from another part of the city to reinforce. So you two are the supreme commanders, aren't you? I'm just a grunt today. So you guys can roll off for first player. You're gonna need some dice, wouldn't you? Okay. You happy rolling his dice? Okay, so it's alternate actions, as you know, of epic, so it's not a big deal. I don't know how many activations we've actually got on the table. Maybe we'll tell you later when we have a count up. It's a lot. We've got the same strategy rating because it's going to be Space Marines in charge until they start dying. So go for it.
Abaddon.
Abaddon is down here in charge of the just area, and you've got him out on the outskirts though. Don't want to commit him to the city.
Commander, he's going to stand back, he's going to watch for a bit, and then when he'll commit himself in the just area when he knows that it's time.
Fair enough. Is there anyone special in charge? No.
Not today.
Just stock
generic Imperial
stock
Fist,
captain who's been thrust.
Traitor #1.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Right. Roll off then, boys. Tony's rolled.
6.
Oh, 6. Steve has rolled a 3. It would add the command ratings, but both the same strategy ratings, as it were. Do you want to be first player? First strike? Yeah, activate the first unit. You do?
Yeah, go on then.
Yeah, let's attack straight away with this thing.
I'll get my cash in.
Okay, so there you go. I hope you're enjoying this. This is not a full battle report. What we do, we'll pop in halfway through each turn or so, give you an overview of the whole game, and we just thought this is something that you might like to see. 16,000 points, some Siege of Terror, epic 30k action for you. Loyalists are going first. We'll catch up with you later. Here we are, end of turn 1, and there's been a few casualties, but it's definitely hotting up in the city. So let's start over here. You can see the Iron Warriors have really pushed into the middle, and the Imperial Fists are breaking out. In fact, your Fell Blades actually came back in, didn't they,
yeah,
from over here? They've actually come back into the fight. The Warlord had all its voids dropped, didn't it?
Yep.
It's got one back in the end phase. You can hear some sneaky Iron Warriors coming around the back here, and some fists as well, some proper street fighting probably going to happen. 2 Knights there. They were broke, weren't they? 1 casualty. They broke, they've rallied. The Porphyrion is broken. That was from the
first shot of the game.
First shot from the Warlord, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just absolutely pummeled it. Yeah, so there you go. And technically Steve is holding the breach, and Tony has kind of left the void shield generators unguarded at the moment. We were the Imperials, me, feels weird being Imperial. We were outnumbered. There's 2,000 points of Blood Angels to come in turn 2. The Iron Warriors gun batteries here, reloading, getting ready to fire. In the middle of the board, turned into a bit of a dust up. Sicarans and Maccabeus Knights push forward, and they are being engaged by Veroni, what are they? Castigators, aren't they? Castigators, and an Archon there, and a troop of Lemon Russes. So that fight is interesting. Whoever can sort of take that battle can then start supporting either side. The big problem here is obviously there's a Warlord. It's got what, 5 voids left there? Or was that all 6? 1, 2, 3, 5. And a Fellblade, and then we've got just Terminators and Spartans everywhere. Tactical troops pushing forwards. We've got Iron Warriors Terminators in the bunker, in the compound. They got dropped off by a Thunderhawk and Air Assault, and they destroyed the super heavy detachment of tanks. We've got Veroni Knights pushing into the walls there, making a defence, but there's still 2 troops of Russes to back up, and infantry hiding in the back there. Not much good against Terminators. So that's the end of turn 1. In fact, you're probably holding that objective as well, aren't you?
Yeah.
So the traitors, using the advantage of their numbers in the first turn, it's going to get really messy in here. I mean, if anyone's played Epic, you know it gets messy real quick anyway. But this is going to have a proper street fight here. 2,000 points of Blood Angels coming in reserve to support. We're going to go into turn 2. And we'll see you at the end. Of turn 2, so let's catch you up. Let's go over to the compound. It's been busy over here. We've got Justarian and Tac Marines flooding in. The Iron Warriors Terminators have been routed. They are broken, and over here you can see the Warlord is just plodding up. There hasn't been, not saying that there isn't stuff to deal with them, but everything's just been busy fighting infantry and armour, and the Warlords have pretty much just dominated. We've got some broken units here that have rallied. These Legion Terminators are still holding strong. Have you got any in those?
Yeah.
They are. There's 2 more stands in those Spartans. So in the compound we've got a couple of troops of Russes pushing up. Now these Knights in the back corner, they failed their rally test. They have cowered after engaging the Legion Terminators, kicking their ass, and then I rolled a double 1. They fled, and they haven't managed to rally since. Steve won the assault, even though he didn't do any damage. Blood Angels reinforcements have come in. The Sicarans here did all the damage, didn't they, to the Iron Warriors Terminators, and then I've got Legion Blood Angels Terminators hoping to support here on this corner. There's a good push here, I think, from the traitors. Maybe too much. I think when Steve put this stuff in the middle, maybe you should have gone left. You'll see why in a minute. But that fight in the middle, all there is left are the Maccabeus Knights. The Russes, they got broken, they fell back and rallied. The Veroni Knights got broken, they fell back, they have rallied. The city walls, there is not a lot left. There's a lot of broken units. The Blood Angels dropped in with their gunship and have taken the breach. Around them there is Leviathans, there is Land Raiders, there is still tactical squads on the flank. This guy here broke in the first turn, still remain broken, has not fired a shot, has been absolutely useless. That has not been useful, and the Warlord is kind of again dominating this area. Tony, what have you got over here? Who's broken?
So we've got a unit of Contemptors still broken. A unit Tactical Marines still broken. And my Lord Commander is still broken in his Spartan.
Broken. Okay, Blood Angels reinforcements there with the tac squad and the Javelins coming in. So interesting here. Again, the Warlord, tricky character. Like I said, it's not that there hasn't been anything to deal with them, they just haven't been fired at really, have they?
Yeah.
You had your voids dropped, but now they're back to 2. So the warlords might take an objective each just on their own. The artillery still sitting pretty here, nothing to really touch them. So that firepower might prove invaluable lobbing into the city. So that's the end of turn 2. Objectives held are Loyalists hold the compound, objective 3. I think they hold the breach, objective 2, and they hold objective 1. Another turn to play, turn 3 coming up. Could be the last turn, we'll see. So we've played 3 turns and that is all the time we have got. Let's have a look at these objectives. So over here, despite getting absolutely trashed, it is contested. If we played a 4th turn, it probably wouldn't be. Contested objective in the compound. Going over here into the breach, another contested objective. Again, turn 4, maybe held by the Imperials. It's looking good for them. These flyers would be disappearing off the board, these bombers doing a flyby. And over here, objective held by the Imperials. So it's going to go down to victory points. It's going to be 500 points extra for the Imperials for that one objective. There's the rest of the board. This Porphyrion broke, never managed to run a turn, did it? Which was pretty poor. Things like that are interesting because they actually make a massive effect on the game. We've got lots of broken units. That's broken. Over here, these guys are broken. These Terminators, that's points. There is some Blood Angels there. They're broken at the end of the game. They're points. The Russes are broken. They're worth points. So it's going to go down to victory points. It's just where everything lays there. The Warlords, no one could touch them. They should probably have had a duel. They should probably have been on the same side of the board.
Probably should have put them in the centre and just
let them go for it, yeah. So there you go, massive fight in the breach. This looked really cool over here. So that's the game. That was 3 turns. We just thought we'd show you what we've done today. We just had a bit of fun, got together, had a couple of beers and a pizza, and had a massive 16k game of Epic. So thanks for watching. We're going to add up the scores, and you're going to see that at the end.